Hey, Tony Gaskins here, utilizing my time wisely, riding back. Hey, remember, visit wealthofhealth.com and pre-order your elderberry gummies. If you have not done that, God bless you. Hope you get to. Now, I want to touch on this because this is something that is kind of growing, and it's been around, but it's growing, and I'm finding that it's permeating society, and even the ideologies of the red pill community. Like, this community now has women in the community who vouch for them and fight for them and believe in what they talk about, and I don't fully understand it, and they have some truth in it, and then they have some toxicity in it, and sometimes people don't realize that the nuances of it, because it's not like a satanic movement. But I remember the gentleman that used to do the podcast online, and he passed away with a woman. The woman didn't pass away, but he passed away, and he was giving a lot of toxic advice, but at the same time there would be some like black family encouragement. So there was a group of people that said, oh, he was for the black family and he really wanted the black family and all of this. But then at the same time, I heard clips for myself directly that seemed very toxic. And that's what I mean by the nuances of these different communities out there, like the MGTOW, which is men going their own way, and the passport bros and the red pill. It's like they're gonna have certain arguments that make sense, and then they're gonna have something that makes absolutely no sense at all. And the same thing, there's no name for the community I'm in, but everything that I say is not going to make sense. But a lot of what I say, or some of the stuff I say, they may not feel like they can argue against. And that's just how it is. It's caveats and nuances and everything. So you got to understand that. But I want you to understand, for the most part, when you look at this red pill community, for the most part, what the men who are a part of it don't understand is that the root of it is pain. The root of it is this feeling of unappreciation, this feeling of disrespect, feeling disrespected, feeling unappreciated, feeling unloved, unwanted, undesired. And all of those feelings lead to anger. Anger, frustration, annoyance, resentment, and then there becomes this defense mechanism. So it says, hey, if I'm not going to be appreciated and loved and respected and seen, then I'm going to get out here and I'm going to blow my horn, and I'm going to fight my fight, and I'm going to be selfish. This is going to be about me. And that's the root of this red pill community, and it's happening. And to be honest with you, there's the same sector with women. It's just not a name for it per se, but it could be portions of the soft life. So the red pill community is men like putting themselves first, and men saying, hey, this isn't fair to me, this isn't fair to me, this isn't fair to me. Society says that I should get married and I should be the provider and the woman, but I also should help cook, and I also should help clean. And then if the woman doesn't like me, or she gets fed up with me, or I'm not cooking and cleaning enough, then she can divorce me. And then when she divorced me, she gets half of my net worth. And what do I get? So therefore, in this red pill community, the way that they're looking at it gotta forgive him. I'm doing all that talking. And they ain't got no water. Okay, I got water back in the back. And so the way that they're looking at it, it becomes a bad deal for the man. And with these different movements, so like on the woman's side, I could call it the pink pill. But with these different movements is a lack of personal accountability. So if a man takes and chooses a woman, like he sees this woman, he shoots his shot, and he's not picking her just based on her beauty. Yes, she's attractive so that he can be attracted to her. But then when they start talking, if she is like an airhead, a butthead, idiot, if he moves on with his life, then he loses nothing. But if he says, you know, her booty, her breast is so amazing, I'm gonna ignore the fact that she is selfish and greedy and gold digger. So some of these men, they ignore that part and they get with this woman, and the woman gives them exactly what they signed up for, to be used. And then when they get effectively used, then they get angry. And now they're angry, and now there's this war against women. But it's really their fault, because they chose a woman based on the wrong things. They didn't put more weight on her character and who she was over her body and her beauty. And that's why they got used. They got with a black widow. They got with a savage. And then they get angry and they join this red pill community, and it's like, hey, put me first, be selfish, get everything I could get from women, and don't give anything in return other than what I want to give in return or can afford to lose. But it's a thing to where you're not going to be selfless in a relationship, and you're not going to create a win-win in a relationship so you can actually be teammates and build. And you're going to have this male chauvinist type of mentality. And a lot of the red pill community feels like, hey, a man could be a man, which a man sleeping around isn't a man being a man. That's a man being a teenage boy in a grown man's body. Because a grown man has self-discipline. And a grown man also has the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that sleeping around is not healthy. And it only breaks you down and weakens you from the inside out. And it puts you in a lot of risk. And a lot can go wrong with that. Even more than just catching an STD and having children out of wedlock, you also can get hurt, because you never know who loves the person that you're sleeping with and getting a cold shoulder and may be crazy enough to blow your brains out. Or you never know if the person that you're sleeping with is crazy enough to blow your brains out. So it just increases your risk, and the reward is very low, because sex doesn't last long enough, nor does it feel good enough to lose your life. But the more you sleep around, the more chances you're taking, and eventually, just like Russian roulette, when you pull that trigger, it's gonna be the wrong time. And that's what a lot of these men in the red pill community don't understand. And the hard part about it is the mirror of accountability. So in order for a man who is a part of a red pill community to be changed, is to come to a place to where somebody puts a mirror in his face and helps him realize that he is the director and the dictator of his destiny. And that if he learns what it is to be a real man and what it is to be a real woman, then he will choose women totally different than he has in the past, and he won't be a victim. He'll be able to see who is a real woman and who is for him, and then he can be for her, And that mirror it's a painful thing to look into. And if you're a woman watching this, then you got to be able to show your man that mirror. And what you have to realize is that communities like the Red Pill community, it serves the person. So we as humans, men and women, are going into these belief systems, these communities, even like the soft life. That's a toxic belief system, because life isn't meant to be soft. Life is soft because you're hard. The harder you are, the tougher you are, the stronger you are, the harder you work, the more dedicated you are, the softer life gets. But you don't deserve a soft life. You can't sustain a soft life. If you have a soft life, someone has it hard. Whether that's your customers and your clients because they're overpaying for your services, or your mother and your father, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your husband or your wife that's taking care of you. If you have a soft life, someone's life is hard in order to make your life soft. So that is a toxic ideology, just like the Red Pill community, which says me first, give me everything I want without me giving enough in return to equal out or justify me getting what I want and need. And these things are toxic, but the goal of it is to separate men and women and to put men and women at odds. But the people who are a part of it don't realize that it's rooted in self-hate. It's rooted in insecurity. It's rooted in anger and resentment and frustration. It's not rooted in self-love, because self-love also loves. Self-love is also selfless. So self-love is a feeling that wants to reciprocate and to receive reciprocation. It's a two-way street. Self-love doesn't mean you just want to be served and it's just all about you. So I hear a lot of guys in the Red Pill community say, hey, men are men. You know, a man, a high value man, he's gonna sleep around, you know, he's gonna have other women. He's gonna have other women. High value man is gonna have other women. And it's like, no. A weak and insecure man feels like he needs more than one woman. A man who gets his validation from being able to sleep with more than one woman needs more than one woman. But a man who is a man and he is complete within himself, he doesn't want more than one woman, because he doesn't want to increase his risk of a STD. He doesn't want to confuse and break the heart of his children. And he realizes that he can live a lifetime trying to please one woman, in the sense of giving a woman quality time and taking care of her, protecting her, providing her. Providing for her. A real man is a provider, is a protector. If a man is putting his thing in multiple women or even a second woman, he's not protecting his woman, because he is also putting her at danger. And a real man would not do that. But the guys in this Red Pill community do not understand that. And here is why they are in the community. They're in the community because societally and traditionally, men have not been heard. Men have been told to suck it up. Big boys don't cry. You're not allowed to feel. You're not allowed to want. You're not allowed to desire. You have to carry the water and the boats. You have to shoulder the burden. You have to do everything and expect nothing in return. That is the feeling that men have drawn from the world. Now, there are countless women who say they have the same feeling. That they say that they have what is called a thankless job. They are mothers, they are wives, they are maids, they are strippers, they are chefs, they are nannies, they are managers, assistants, CEOs, and they get a card on Mother's Day and an apron for their birthday to collect their eggs instead of their trip to Greece. And so women have what they call a thankless job. So therefore, if women feel like they have a thankless job and men feel like they have a thankless job, what does that create? It creates two people in a relationship who resent one another because they both feel like they're doing everything and receiving nothing. And that is selfishness. That's not selflessness, and that's not self-love. That is entitlement. And what that leads to is it leads to resentment, and it leads to red pill community and soft life community. The red pill community is men saying, I need more, I want more, I need respect, I need free reign, I need the advantage. And the soft life, which men went and created them a soft life, which, you know, is just ignorant. But the soft life is women saying, I need to rest and relax. Life should be easy for me. I shouldn't have to do all of this and do all of that. Life should be easy for me. It should be soft. The woman basically is saying life should be soft for me and hard for my man so that it can be soft for me. So now what you have is you got two selfish people in a relationship. But what we need to do is we need to look at the other gender and we need to appreciate what they do and who they are. We need to pedestalize, not in a toxic way, but meaning give props. We need to look at, as men, what women do and really respect it and appreciate it and reward it. And women need to look at what men do and respect it and appreciate it and reward it. And so when you're able to do that, that's when you become rare. Because you're able to step outside of yourself and for a moment be selfless and then turn it into a lifestyle of selflessness. So like right now, it's raining. And my wife was like, do you think we should order food? Well, I have big bills to pay. And I would think like, hey, maybe it'll be better if she cooks. But what I did is I thought about it. I'm like, okay, if she cooks, what that means is we have to go to the grocery store. We got to buy all the ingredients. This food costed $95. So yes, the ingredients doesn't cost $95 to make burger, some beef patties, and some jerk wings. So yes, you can get all of the ingredients for possibly $50. But to make jerk wings will take a couple hours. To make burgers at the same time is total different ingredients, a total different thing. And to make patties, like pastries, like beef patties, that takes a skill level and a know-how and an understanding on a whole nother level. Like it takes years to perfect that. So now I'm putting all of this onto a woman who isn't a cook, who did not grow up cooking. And then on top of that, now the kitchen is a mess and she has to clean the kitchen. She has to wash the dishes. And then one may say, well, Tony, why don't you wash the dishes? Because I don't want to wash the dishes. Because I don't like washing dishes. because I earn $1 million plus a year. I don't want to wash dishes. So guess what? The give and take is my wife, who says she doesn't feel like cooking, she wants to order, she orders. Me as the husband, I get in the car in the pouring rain and I drive and I spend $95. So now we both get what we want. She gets to lie in the bed, place an order on the phone, and watch the Olympics, which is a soft life. And I get to not have to wash dishes, not have to wait hours for food to be done, and for it to taste mediocre, because neither of us are cooks. And it cost me $95. So $95 to me, as someone who earns 7 figures, knowing that people who earn $50,000 and $100,000 are also spending this same $95 today. So why would I complain if I'm a 7-figure earner about spending $95 on some food that's gonna last? And we got shrimp and lobster pasta in there. I guess from the song, Bahama Breeze wanted to make shrimp and lobster pasta. And so we got that for later. So now I got my jerk wings, and then later me and my wife get to split the pasta. That's 2 meals for me for $95. The kitchen get to stay clean. My wife made me a coffee a little bit earlier. I might want me one more. It was so good. And there you have it. So that's 2 individuals serving each other. And we both get what we want. Because guess what I love to do? I love to drive. So yes, it's pouring raining, but I'm not complaining, because it's not really pouring. It's just raining pretty steady. But I shot a video going and I shot a video coming back. And guess what that means? On this trip, I probably made a couple $1,000, because these videos will go on YouTube, they'll be monetized, and they will earn money for the rest of my life. And so this trip actually made me money, and it also gonna put food in my stomach. So I made the money to pay for this food. And that's what I mean by being teammates. Whereas I could say, this is what the red pill would say. The red pill would say, hey, I make the money, so you need to get up, go to the grocery store, and you need to go cook the beef patties, the shrimp and lobster pasta, the jerk chicken wings, and the burger. And I think my son got something else too, so it might be some chicken and broccoli. That's 5 different meals. That red pill would say, because I'm a 7-figure earner, that means I'm a high value man. So you need to get up, go get the grocery, come back, cook those 4 or 5 meals. Then you need to put the dishes in the dishwasher. Then you can come back and lie down and watch the Olympics with me while I sit here. And if you have a problem with it and you're upset with it, then I will call my second woman, and she will gladly cook for me, because she's living over there in the townhouse that I pay for every month, and she is grateful, while you're in a 6-bedroom house with 5 cars in the driveway and you're ungrateful. That's what the red pill would say. Now, when you listen to that, both sides make sense. So the side where there's a compromise, where the woman, she orders the food and she doesn't have to, cook and clean, and then the man goes and picks the food up. And so now the man doesn't have to wait on food. He get food perfectly prepared. He don't have to worry about, oh, this got too much salt, because that's not her thing, or this got too much this, or this got too much that. So the man get a happy belly, and the woman get to relax. She don't have to cook and clean today. She get a day off. And if she do that tomorrow, or what have you, that's the compromise, because that's that couple, and that's what they choose to do. So for some people, that could make sense. But if somebody is hearing this and they scarcity minded, they tight on funds, they're like, I'm never going to spend $95 when I can go spend $40 and then cook the food myself. Well, that's unfair to say if you actually like to cook or you actually know how to cook. So then you can't really say that about if somebody doesn't know how to cook really, or they don't like to cook, or they're not feeling good. So this is the thing where you can make it make sense depending on where you're operating from in your heart. So the red pill community can make perfect sense if your heart says, I'm tired of being taken advantage of and overlooked and unappreciated. But guess what? The man who may go get that food and pay for that food also woke up this morning, or when he woke up this morning, was given some loving. So he already received love and appreciation. So now go and get the food on a happy head and a happy stomach, because he done been took care of. It's an even trade out. Now where the red pill come in is if the man is not getting taken care of sexually and he's expected to pay for the food and go pick it up. So here's the thing. There are trade-offs in a relationship. But what the soft life and what the red pill are doing is they're prioritizing themselves. And they're saying, hey, it's me over everything. Like, it's me and my desires and my feelings and what I want, and life being easy for me over everything. Now, some women providing soft life for themselves, and some men providing red pill life for themselves. So it's a little different, but it's not really, because somebody paying a price for it. Hey, this is Tony Gaxton. God bless you. Make sure you get to wealthofhealth.com. I'm about to order me some t-shirts. If any of y'all do screen printing, you got a screen printer at your house and you do t-shirts. I'm not talking about you order it. I'm talking about you do it yourself. And you can send me a 30-second video of you in the house pressing on the shirts. Let me know and I'll support your business. God bless you. We'll talk soon. wealthofhealth.com. Pre-order your elderberry gummies. Thank you.